Hey, I'm Crazy Dave. I'm a member of the grounds crew down here in Campbell River, and you're watching Lumberjack Sports.
Hey, thanks to Crazy Dave. And look at that, we got Jim Carrey's son in the audience watching the Lumberjack Show as we get set for the women's choker race.
My name's Anita Jazowski. I'm from Nanaimo, BC, and I'm a safety advisor.
I'm April GAGNE. I live in Ladner, BC, and I am a pharmacy student right now, a pharmacy technician.
We know earlier, Rod, we saw the men in the choker race, and the men had to do a boom chain through the boom log through a hole while trying to stay dry and complete the course. The women have got to do the exact same course, except they don't have to deal with the boom chain. They're just going to try and complete the course.
That's right, and they're probably really glad for that. Actually, we used to run the boom run back in Greenfield, Nova Scotia in the 90s, Bill. It's not as easy as it looks because, of course, that boom log isn't fastened at either end. So as you're going across it, it actually rotates on its axis. It's pretty tough to get across that.
Well, Anita's setting her choker cable right now, and she's got to make sure that when the judge pulls on it at the end that it stays put together. Anita is really making this look easy. She's taking her time, making sure she gets done. Now she wants to stay dry. She completes the course. Poor April Gagne, she's gone off course, and she's lost her sunglasses.
Yeah, I think she's lost her Chanel sunglasses there, Bill. Watch here in slow motion. She actually misses the course. She grabs her choker chain here, but she does not go around the standing block log there. And, of course, coming back, she's supposed to go around it again, and you can see she misses it on the second go-around.
Well, you know, Rod, most importantly, she got her sunglasses back on and was able to finish the course across the log, albeit a little bit wet. Next up, we got Caitlin Stewart taking on Danielle Koch. Both these women in lumberjack sports, good athletes.
That's right. East Coast versus West Coast here, really, but both of them have a little bit of practice on the burling log, so it should be a good race.
Caitlin makes it across, no problem. Danielle goes in the water. She's going to have to finish the rest of this course wet. As Caitlin rounds the standing block stand, Danielle's trying to play catch-up.
That's right, but Danielle is a real fierce competitor. Look at her, still giving it all she has. But look at Caitlin Stewart. She's eating this course alive. She's up and over as Danielle gets her choker set.
Caitlin Stewart wins the choker race with a 22.40. Danielle's going to go all the way to the end. Hopefully she can make it across the pond at the end here. She's already wet. She's going to finish things, and she gets it done. That's a pretty grueling event. Just tell me the trick of staying dry.
The trick is to look at the end of the pole. Don't look at your feet or else you'll be in the pond. That's what I was told.
And you did it fairly flawlessly. How about setting your choker over there on the log?
Lean over far enough, that's a big thing. And you have about a foot or two of tail, so lean over and then just fling it. It usually works out, hopefully.
Good job. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Well, the women's choker race is now in the books with only a couple of women, Danielle and April, taking a couple of Dairy Queens at the bottom of the list there. Now we're going into the Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut. And just before we got started, I had a chance to talk to Ed BRAUN about the rules.
What we have to do here is out of this 36-inch block of wood, we have 4 discs between 4 and 6 inches, a long block with a notch that's 3 inches at the top, and half the diameter of the log, and a ledge. The discs go on the ledge. The block between 18 and 24 inches goes on top of the discs. And once it stands for 3 seconds, then you have a legal cut.
Well, the Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut, aptly named because of a guy in Grand Prairie who came up with this series of fast-moving cuts with a chainsaw and showing some manual dexterity using the chainsaw. Earlier we had 40 or 50 competitors in the preliminaries of this event. Right now we get down to Mitch Hewitt and Brad DeLosa in the finals. Certainly a couple of guys born and raised in Australia, not used to this event.
That's right. This is definitely a West Coast event. Now, I got to tell you, Bill, I was pretty surprised to see who the 2 finalists were. But obviously, Mitch is living here now, so he gets a lot of chance to practice it. Brad DeLosa, I don't know where he got his practicing, but man, he's putting together some good cuts. Look at him go here.
Well, they are modified chainsaws. They swift up a little bit. They got the first 4 cuts, then they take the notch out, which has to be at least 50% of the way through the log, and they make their shelves.
That's right. Here he is, just finishing off. Brad DeLosa and Mitch Hewitt actually quite close here right now, head to head.
They stack up their discs. They got to put their log on top, make it balance, and Mitch Hewitt calls time first. Brad DeLosa right behind him. Mitch wins the Grand Prairie Accuracy Cut. How about that?
Yeah, with a time of 22.09 seconds. Look at him flip the saw back and forth. Looks like he's done this all of his life. Great job. Makes his shelf here.
Well, to compete against all these Canadians that do it on a regular basis out here in the can log circuit, that's fantastic. Although Mitch has been here for a few years. There's the final scoreboard with Dave McLeod finishing 3rd. Look at that. Caitlin Stewart finishing 4th and Wade Stewart coming in 5th place.